All right, you already know what it is. It's
brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey, what's going on, good people? It's yours truly, Easy D's, and man, we getting ready to crank up episode 13 of Chop Chop. I'm a one-man show tonight, man. I got my man Ruff. He's doing some offline work. They said they won't be making it tonight either, but we're gonna hold it down. I got my partner, my baby brother Dante, kicking it with me. He'll be off camera. He don't like to, he don't like to be in that element. He laid back like that. But as I always say, every show dedicated to my man Will D. Lost my partner back in August, man. We running every show dedicated to you going forward. So with that being said, tonight's special guest, man, we got me and him go back a little ways. I mean, he's a little younger than me, but I mean, good dude. Met him at a job. Met him at T-Mobile. Solid dude. Good hooper. Now he's getting his feet wet in the education game. So without further ado, man, give a shout out to my homeboy Otis White. I call him Old Swag. What's going on with you, Bo?
What's up, Bo? What's up, Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you having me.
Hey, glad to have you here, man. So let's get into it, man.
Yes,
I
sir,
want
I'm
to, you're 19. I see you rocking your Chamber Storm, but we say Chiefs.
Nah, there ain't no Storm, man. It's Chiefs, man.
Okay, rocking
Once
your
a
Chiefs
Chief, always a Chief.
Okay, respect. So with that being said, I know you got out of Chamberlain, what year, 2002?
2002.
Okay, and what was your path? I mean, like, what did you have plans on doing, getting out of Chamberlain?
Man, honestly, man, I was just, like I tell my kids in school, man, I just know I wanted to hoop.
Okay.
And I did what basketball saved my life, man. It kept me out of trouble, kept my grades up because I knew I had to be eligible, man, because I wanted to do that, man. I just felt free when I was on the court. So, for a long time, and I ain't had nothing other than I just wanted to hoop. Wasn't even really think about college, man. Just wanted to hoop. Knew I was going to college because that's what my mama told me I was going to do. You feel me?
Okay.
And I was just blessed, man, to, God just looked out because it really wasn't a lot of, I wasn't highly recruited. Honestly, man, it was just a game, I think. A couple games at the Christmas tournament. A couple coaches saw me.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up getting what I got, man, and through the
So
grace
let
of
everybody
God.
know where you went, man. Where'd you end up? Where'd
Well,
you
man,
pick your talents?
my path is different, man. Out of high school, I went to Lynn University in Boca Raton.
Heard of that? Okay.
Went there for a ride. Stayed there 2 years, ended up red shirt in 1 year. Played as a red shirt freshman. Started about 20 games.
Now I'm gonna ask you, when you first left to go to Lynn, were you home? Did you get homesick? Were you homesick?
Nah, man, the good thing is I stayed in Florida. So I was a good couple hours away.
So the weather similar.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and honestly, man, I think about that too sometimes. If I, a couple of things, if I'd have went up north somewhere super cold, would I have been homesick? Then I think if I would have went up somewhere like that when there was nothing else to do, I just probably would have just really locked in on my craft too. So being able to be close to home could have also been, just because that drive so quick.
Yeah.
You just never know, man. But when I went to Lynn, it was good. Had met a lot of good people. The coach that recruited me ended up getting fired after my first year.
Okay.
Then the new coach, Scott McMillan, came in. Good coach, hard-nosed young dude. Went to Buffalo. Just a hard-nosed coach.
Okay.
Which I loved it. You know what I mean? I probably was in the best shape of my life that year.
So he played for Applet too. A lot of people, if you're not, familiar with high school basketball, Doug Applet has groomed a lot of young men. And I heard he was hard, but he was fair.
Man, shout out to Coach, man. Coach was a great dude, man. He's the reason that that I'm an educator, I believe, man. I got my degree in PE.
Okay.
I think it's because of him and my college coach at Berry. But, man, Coach was great, dog. And the thing about it is when I first got to Chamberlain, I came from Westgate Christian out in town, the country.
Okay.
I was on my first year at Chamberlain. I was a 10th grader.
Okay.
My story, my big brother played for Coach Baker.
Okay.
And Latoto.
Okay.
And I remember one summer, I never forget it. One summer we chilling in the room, and this what happened. I think a couple of summers before that, they needed some people at HEC hooping and needed some players for the summer league, so they threw me in there.
Okay.
So the next summer, I'm like, hey man, put me on your summer league team. He looked at me like, man, you need to get on your own summer league team. So I looked down, I said, how am I supposed to do that? And then right away, man, he called Baker. I'm just what happened. I had to move back with my mama, so I'm going to Chamberlain. So I started going. I was going to Chamberlain summer school.
Okay.
And it just so happened, I get called out of class. Coach Appling, never met him before, pulled me out of class, talked to me.
Okay.
And it was really because of my brother, the relationship he built, how clean he kept his face.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Baker told Coach Appling that I was a good kid, good family. Coach put me out of class, told me to come to Summer League, and that's how we met. Okay. Mind you, before that, I'm hearing, negative things about Coach.
Okay.
To the point where I'm coming home, telling him who I am. I don't want to go to Chamberlain. I don't want to play basketball here. You know what I'm saying? And my mama taught me a valuable lesson that day, man. She told me, number one, you're going to Chamberlain. Like, we ain't going nowhere else. But don't judge somebody based off their experiences or what they've been through. You judge them based on, how they treat you. And that's the best advice I got, man. And he showed love, man. Took me, to me at that point, I wasn't even that good. Put me on the Summer League team. I barely played. Came back 10th grade. Yeah, I'm starting at the point.
For varsity?
On varsity.
So let me ask you this, and I know the start 3 years. I know you did a lot of great things at Chamberlain. I know you in a 1,000-point club, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
absolutely.
When did you realize? And I always ask people, when was that moment? Like, you know what? Hey, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Did you realize as a sophomore, or maybe like later on as an upperclassman?
Definitely.
As a sophomore, you still playing. You're trying to find your way. So
definitely as a sophomore, like I said, I was surprised to be starting. I wish I had a little bit more. What's the word? Like assumption to the point where, or I carried myself away that I knew I was that.
Okay.
But I didn't, man. I think the reason I played the point, or I got to play, is because I was one of those guys that did what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
Didn't mess up. You know what I'm saying?
You played the right way.
I played the right way.
Okay.
So that helped me out. But now I think it was two different situations. It was my junior year, because I went from, I don't know what I averaged my sophomore year, but my junior year I was about 13 and a half.
Okay.
So I started coming to my own. The last game of that season, we was in the district, I think semis against Plant, I believe. And that game, I had like 16, but a good 16.
Was Azzarelli at Plant?
Azzarelli, Mike Williams.
Okay.
But this was our junior year, though.
Okay.
And we had, Manny Hernandez, Tony Seco. They was our seniors. And unfortunately for them guys, they just didn't have their game that night. I led the team in scoring that night. And then this the way Coach talked to us talked in the locker room. I was like, man, this could be my team.
Right.
Fast forward to the first game of the season, the next year.
Okay.
We playing at Riverview.
Okay. New school.
Coach Baker out there.
Okay.
At this point.
All right.
Still have come full circle, but Coach Baker out there. Mind you, we ain't got Greg Lee. Greg Lee was a junior. But
played at Winter Pit, played ball. Shout out G. Lee.
Yeah, that's my dog.
No doubt.
He went there because the football team was going. They went to the state that
year. I vividly remember.
Yeah, so he went there. Other football, big dude, JoJo went there. So the first game of the season, and I hit River for 30.
Okay.
And game winning shot.
Okay.
And then I'll never forget, we walking in line, and Coach Baker say to me, he said, man, you're a player. He said, you're way better than your brother. But after that, man, I was straight, man. It's up. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that, in order for us to have success, I had to play a certain way.
Okay.
And it just went up from there, man. That whole year, I just tried to go into the game, trying to do what I could to help the team win, and ended up going to being 1,000 points. Which I actually, man, my homeboy Khalil, shout out to him. He ended up coaching at Chamberlain, the girls on the girls side, and
I remember Khalil.
He's a big part of he's a big part of my career too. One of those summer league games, man, I never forget it. Coach finally put us in together, actually. And we get in, we make something happen on D. I get a steal. I don't know if you remember at the old Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Remember the backboard was low.
Yeah, it was. I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So now I get a fast break steal now. My drilling going so crazy. I jump. I never jumped that high before.
So you already over the rim. You looking at the rim.
The backboard low. So I'm thinking, man, I done missed the layup.
Oh.
And coach subbed me. I'm sitting. I'm down. Khalil tapped me on the leg. I never forget it, bro. Tapped me on the leg. Now, mind you, I don't know. Me and Khalil ain't how we is now.
Right.
Tap me on the leg. Hey, man, don't worry about it. You'll be all right. And I always tell him, man, it's because of that I was all right. You know, he always say, nah, man, you was going to be straight. And maybe I was. Yeah. But that right there is
but like you said, Khalil's a good dude. Shout out to my man, KD. Brother, but I think something else with that, too, is that positive. He stayed positive. Because like you said, it could have went left, but he gave you that little push like, hey, bro, you straight. You straight. So let's fast forward. We getting out of Chamber. We done graduated.
Yes, sir.
We down at Barry. We done went down there, gave out work. We done got our degree.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step? What's old Swag looking at doing now?
After I get my degree, first of all, that was one of the best things in my life, man. That accomplishment. One of the first people in my family graduated from college, man. It's just something special. It took me 6 years, but I'm okay with it. But that right there, man, was just an unbelievable thing to have my son there, and that to me now is like, because my parents, my mom did go to, she went to Florida State for 2 years.
Okay.
My dad graduated high school, so for me, you always want to do better. And
right.
now it's like I set the pay weight for my kids to, at least achieve that. You know what I'm saying? Be better than me type of deal, man. But it was great. After that, man, I came home. I wanted to play basketball so bad. Like I said, my senior year, I kind of hurt my ankle real bad beginning of the year.
Okay.
So it messed me up a little bit mentally. I've never been seriously hurt before. So I just never actually performed up to my standards, to be honest.
Okay.
So it was a little harder to get what I was trying to get.
And Barry used to play UT, right?
Yeah.
So you
come to the crib
once a year, okay.
Oh, yeah. And for the most part, Barry, against UT, my record is good against UT. Also against Lynn, too, when I had to go back to play against Lynn.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to Pasco Hernando, too. I went there before I went to Barry.
Okay.
Great. Was doing crazy work there, though. That was when I was really giving out work.
Let me ask you something. High school basketball, you in that, I think, 2010, high school basketball I think 2011 with Dre that was at Blake. It kind of died off. Jesuit had a good run. Shout out to my man Devin Harris. Devin played
Your little cousin. That's my little cousin, man.
Small world. So, Devin, 2013, it was still had that buzz, but 2002,
that's the last of the Mohicans, man.
Because TK came out with you. Livest road crowd you played in front of. Like, okay, I know we finna get off tonight.
Oh, man, you know what? Let's see. That's a good one, man. Terrence Jefferson was always tough. Now,
Cole Washer, my man, too. That hit me. Shout out, my man.
And I only know we played them my senior year, to be honest.
Okay.
But junior year, man, Plant was always tough. They crowd was tough. Plant had a little college feel.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of like Duke.
Yeah, man. But you know who was, to me, our rivals, though, man, was Hillsborough, man. Shout out to Jack Miller. He was.
Jack was who? Jack was giving our work. Jack was tough. That was a tough assignment.
Man,
tough draw.
Man, look, Jack by a couple inches shorter than me, but arms touched the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget it, man. I'm going up for a layup, man. He went up and got my junk off the glass. See, Jack just made me just really think the game and just because his athleticism was so crazy, bro. So crazy, man. But Hillsborough was always a tough one.
Okay.
Even when they record wasn't always the best, they were just tough, man.
Well, they always play hard. Like Chris Ward came and really put a spark in that program.
Like to the next level.
Yeah, you talk about 6 straight regional final appearances. Shout out to my man Chris. But it's just
for sure.
And I want to get into this with you, like I said, because I know you did. You started the corporate America, and then when did you realize? You know what? Because I mean, it's always good to do what you enjoy. And I think when we grow up, you got to do this, you got to do this. But everybody's path ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to use your resources. So I'm gonna ask you, when did you realize, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I want to get into teaching. This is what I want to give back. I don't want to do this no more.
Well, honestly, man, I can't say the exact day.
Okay. Well,
but for me, just it was for a reason that I went into PE, getting a degree in PE. That's how I looked at it. That was for a reason. But my dream was to go play, then maybe do that for 10 years, then come back teach and coach when I retire type of deal.
Okay.
But then getting into T-Mobile, man, I had a good time. It was fun at first. It was cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun at the Mobile.
And then I started doing a little promoting on the side, so everything love. But it's when, certain things in my life started changing. Like, I think after my dad passed, you know what I mean?
How long did he pass?
About 4 years.
Okay.
When he passed, and then, God just started convicting me, man. I'm driving to work crying, bro. Never forget it, man. Driving to work crying, not knowing why. Crying on the phone with customers. People don't know me. Customers saying to me, man, just off the side of my voice saying, hey, I don't know what you got going on, but God loves you.
And you and your dad were close. And I think, I remember I've seen you speak about it, but I think something else too is that loss is something that a lot of people, you think they're going to be here forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't never say I know how you feel.
Right.
My mom and dad, they still here. Mm-hmm. I know my wife lost her dad last year. It's just to see her go through that, just like, man, it's just like eventually one day we all going to
have to feel that.
We're all going to leave.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good, bro.
Get back and like you say,
man,
working and you talking to people.
Yeah, man. It just was like, man, nah, this ain't it. And then, certain things start happening, man, and that just set it up. And that's another thing, man. All the thing I went through hooping, knowing that I could have went D1 or feeling that I could have went D1, knowing that I could have played professional, that's enough for me. I always prayed to God that I want to play professional ball, and he let me do that. I played semi-pro. I used to always say I'm at least basketball going to play for a scholarship. So all those things, man, it's all part of God's plan to me.
And where'd you play semi-pro at?
I with the Tampa Bay Rain.
Okay, how'd you enjoy that?
And I loved it, man. We was playing in front of your city, man. But unfortunately, the ownership just didn't run it the right way. We had a great team, man. We had a real good team. Tree Rollins was our coach. Shout out to Tree Rollins.
Yeah, playing for the Hawks. Big Larry Bird finger. Remember that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tree, man. Tree was so cool, so dope, man. Tree gave me one of the biggest basketball compliments that I ever got. He said that I remind him of Isaiah Thomas, bro, in the newspaper, man. And I never forgot that. I appreciate that so much because he's someone that played in that era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to say that. You feel me? Right. So that's what he felt. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to be honest with you. Zeke should have been on the Olympic team, on the Dream team, just a little sidebar, but I was never a Pistons fan. They played hard.
Right.
But Zeke was that dude.
Oh, he was.
So to say that,
man,
that's rare air.
And to see that, from what I saw as a youngster, just seeing his leadership ability. So for me to be the point guard on this man's team and him to say that, it was respect. But yeah, man. So fast forward though, man. Just going back and just getting back to trying to find what your purpose is, man. I told one of my students the other day, money is not everything, because if I give you $1 million and I say you got to die tomorrow, would you want it? So time is more than money.
You're right.
I told my student, I say if I give you $1 million, but your mom got to die tomorrow, so that means relationships is more than money.
Right.
Or if you got to be sick for the rest of your life, that means health is more than money.
Right.
So what I told him to chase fulfillment and purpose. And the money gonna come, and that's what I did, man. It just felt so good to get in there, and even though I'm teaching something right now, I'm teaching robotics. We're gonna get
into that after the break. I'm gonna let you hold on. So we're gonna get into our first break. We brought to you my man Will D. Like I said, we keeping the legacy going, bro. So anyone try to get any apparel online, go online www.cigarlyfe.com. Check out the brand. Got a lot of good stuff on there, and also my man Ruff ain't here tonight. GDNabs.com. They got receipts. Definitely get online. Check them out. Got some good work going on there. So we do not own the rights to this music. Serge, give us some. We back about a minute and a half. Go ahead, Serge. Do your thing. What's going on, man? This is yours truly, Easy D. We're going to get into the second quarter of Chop Shop. Like I said, we got old Swag here, kid with the Otis White. So let's crank back up now. I cut you off for you went into the robotics. So let's get into now. I want to get my feet wet in the education game. I'm trying to find employment. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, when I started going through what I was going through at T-Mobile, it's like, okay, this ain't it. Let me go ahead and see what this degree talking about. And one of my good friends, Jamin Cox, man, we've been talking for years about it. He actually just got on at Eisenhower. It's going to be his first year. And he was like, man, come on. So I said, let's come on. Let's make it happen. I went in, filled out the application, did all that. Mind you, to be honest with you, I did the application. I finished it. I'm on my way from the game with the league we talking about.
Okay.
Started doing it on my phone. I'm like, man, I do this in the morning. Mind you, I had just went back to T-Mobile to go back through training because I had been going on leave so long.
Okay.
So I'm in training. I said, man, I do it in training. God's so good. I get to training. I don't know if you know Ebony. She a trainer now. Used to be a coach.
Ebony.
What's Ebony last name? Freckles.
Elston, yeah. Greg White, shout out E.
Yeah, dog. She's so nice.
Good folks, good folks. Yeah,
so
no doubt.
She the trainer. She just happened that morning and said, hey, we got a training meeting for about an hour and a half. So I said, I'm finna go ahead and do the application.
You gonna do what you gotta do.
Man, God's so good, man. I put in the application, about 2 or 3 hours later, that's when they let me go, bro.
For real?
That's when they let me go, dog.
Okay.
And to me, it was just me showing God that, hey, I'm ready to go, and he made it happen. You feel me? And that's how that went. So then after that, I ended up actually shot to Tasha Fallon. She was actually got me an interview at a private school that she at.
Yeah.
So I went and did that, man. They and from there, they liked me there. You know, but it was just...
They're my folks.
Yeah, you already know. So just so... I went there, interviewed, people liked me, but they didn't know if they were going to have a position for me. So then next thing you know, since I'm in it, I'm hitting up people I know, Jamie, and he was like, man, I think I got something for you. I got a new principal, and he younger, man, he gonna get you on. So I did the application. A couple things came with the application. They doing some new stuff, man, new assessments that kept me from getting on at first.
Okay.
And so I'm calling the big wigs. I'm hitting up, shout out to my homegirl, Jamil Washington,
Yeah, they're my folks, Two-Boy, yeah.
Two-Boy, little sister. And then, of course, she was like, man, I talked to my dad for you and see what's going on. Man, I don't know who did what or how it happened, but,
you have no question.
And next thing you know, I'm good. I don't know if it,
you in the dough.
There we go. And then now I go to my interview, man. Me and the principal hit it off. He was like, hey, man, I don't have PE right now, but this is what I got. And I said, man, I'll take it. Let's see how it go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we've been doing, man. We've been rocking. Pretty much thinking I'm going to be in PE soon, but right now I'm doing this robotics thing.
So you started in August when everybody else started. So let me ask you, I got to ask, because stuff be funny to me. Mm-hmm. First day of school, you come into the counter, you dress, you got your teacher apparel on. Mm-hmm. And I know it ain't like lean on me, so I don't want to make it that. But I mean, like, you checking the kids, I'm like, man, what was your first impression of the kids today? Like, well, because you 20 years removed. Yeah. So what you looking at?
Honestly, man, it's not that much different. It's just I think these kids are just a little more advanced with this technology, man, and they're able to see a lot more. I think it's just a little bit of lack of respect, I feel like, than where we came from. We might hold that cuss word or something if a duck walked in the room. These kids kind of let it fly. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, these kids just need somebody to look up to, somebody to motivate them, somebody to love on them, man. And honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really too worried about checking them out. I'm making sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. So after a while, I started getting my feet wet. My homeboy Jamie, this helped me out a lot. He volunteered me to coach because I told him I didn't want to coach this year because
let's get into that too. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, man, I didn't want to coach, man, because I knew how much I would want to be committed to it. And I didn't know about teaching. Yeah, I want to see how that go. But I'm happy he did that. He told the principal, hey, man, he the coach. Principal came to me and said, I'm the coach. And at that point, what I'm going to say, nah, I ain't. You feel me? Because then I would have been feeling crazy.
Right.
Either hearing about or not going.
And looking crazy, too.
And not going to.
And not working, probably.
Come on. You feel me? Like, so for me, it was like, okay, I can either be sitting here looking at these games, like, then I could be helping these guys out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, we finna do this. And
I think something else, too. You have a passion. See, and I think that's something that when you come from that basketball background, me and Two-Boy coach, Two-Boy played.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different when Two-Boy went to school, you went to school. So it's a lot different when you have a guy that just went to school and got a degree,
right? Ain't
never played. You just out there,
right?
But when you got a passion for it, and when you looking at, okay, bro, you should be doing this.
Yes, sir.
You should be doing this. Okay, why didn't you do this?
Absolutely.
And I need you to do this on defense.
Absolutely.
How was that?
Yeah, because it's different. You got people, and God bless those people that, do volunteer to help out. Because some people just, they need somebody to fill that spot. Right. So I'd rather somebody fill that spot than these kids go without a season. You know what I mean? But, yeah, for me, it's that passion, man, and it felt good to be able to give back to the game that's given me so much. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went, man. One mistake me and my homeboy made, man, we had too many kids, man. We had about 20 players on the roster, man. It's too big.
So how many, what's the most you can carry?
Well, they told me that you can carry 18. Okay. So I told myself, okay, we can carry 18. I'm going to keep 2 6th graders and let them rock, and we're going to build something.
Okay.
Now, and the reason I did that, though, it was bigger than basketball for me. A lot of these kids, like, and just me being transparent, I didn't know anything about Eisenhower. I know that it was I'm thinking it's out here. It's out
ducked off right there on 75, Big Ben, let go.
I'm thinking it's, good school, but not that it's a bad school, but, it's a
little different, like I say, but I think something else now, though, is that the kids today are a lot different.
That's true.
So you got to sit back and process. Now, you 20 years removed from high school. I'm 34 years removed from high school, so even in middle school days, 38 years ago, we just did things different.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, like I said, but the respect.
Right.
You didn't challenge teachers.
Right.
You did what you were told.
Absolutely.
But I know, like, nowadays, you do have those students that, what you mean? Why I can't,
for sure. They have to say something.
Yeah.
They got to, and that's why, but that's why also I wanted to take that role for 2 reasons. One, to show them a different way, but also to show my worth at the school, too. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I might struggle with this teaching at first, but I know I can do this.
But I think something else, too, that is good, and I always tell people we need more male teachers.
Oh, absolutely.
But I know, like I say, the pay ain't, the pay should be a little better, but I think a lot of times that young black boys, young brown boys need to be around somebody they can identify with.
Absolutely.
And you, from the city, homegrown, moved around, navigated a little bit, but you still owe swag.
Absolutely.
And you can switch it up. Like me and Two-Boy had conversations like you got to talk to him like, hey, bro.
You
got to talk to him like that.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do. Sometimes it's more than just a subject matter, man. And that's why I picked robotics, because it's an elective that, I knew I can get in there and kind of do my own thing with it.
Okay.
And then I always got to be about robotics. So I be trying to teach my kids about life, how to move, what different things going on today, what to look out for, and just give them some motivation, man. Like, man, I've been there, man. I done seen it. I done did it. Somebody told me I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think something else, too, though, is that we in a world now where social media runs so prevalent. And I think something else, too, is that when you have kids, I don't know if kids still dream. If you understand where I'm going with it.
Right.
You just, you ain't going to never be there. You ain't going to never do that. So it's already built in your mind. I'm just going, if I graduate from high school, that's a cheat. That's an accomplishment.
Right.
I'm good with that.
For sure.
If I don't do nothing else, I can't say I graduated from high school. But, I mean, I look at where my nephew was at Williams probably 6-7 years ago, and they dressed out probably 20 to 25 kids. And what they would do when they shot ball, they would have the 6th graders play.
Oh, yeah.
First quarter.
I heard that rule, yeah.
And then
they changed
7 to 8. Okay, so they changed it with y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could have kept it to 13.
Okay.
I could have did what I wanted pretty much. But for me, it was for me, man. A lot of times with these kids, especially the kids that maybe they 6th and 7th grade, man, they was bad or they didn't do certain things. Okay. But for me, I wanted to give these kids an opportunity to do something. A lot of these kids not gonna be able to play high school. A lot of these kids need something to keep them out of trouble. So that's why I kept the kids I kept, because I saw something in all the kids, and a couple of them was right on that cusp of reverting back. But when they got on the team, they changed their attitude, they changed their approach. So that was my biggest thing. Now, next year, I ain't going to be, you know what I'm saying? These kids got blessed with that this year, but next year, no, you know what I'm saying? But I also try to set a culture with my guys, how to be, because I wanted to be a situation where, man, because things happen. I tell people all the time, I make mistakes every day. But if you are one of my guys, I want the culture to be a way that if you get in trouble with a certain teacher, I come over there, I say I got them. They trust me to get them, and they trust that it's going to get handled. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's that been like working with the Falcons? I know you've been the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's that been like? I mean, do you have resistance? Like, because I know sometimes when people are in certain positions, it's like, the new guy, well, he don't know nothing. Mm-hmm. So, whatever,
Yeah, man. For me, I just live. I live like the same way. Same way at T-Mobile, man. I just be me. When I first got there, I sat back, chilled.
Yeah.
Then it's like first time I got the chamber, the same thing. Just chill, check out the scenery, right? Then
find your way.
Then you got, man, God gonna send them to you, man. People come and say, hey, how you doing, man? You all right? You good? You need this? You need that? Yeah. And that's what they was doing, man. So people been showing so much love, but the good thing is with my homeboy working there too, at least I know I got him. Then I done built a relationship with the principal now.
And that's so important.
So important,
build a relationship. Like, people don't get that, man.
Then you kind of find out, principal, a PE guy.
Okay.
No Khalil.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? So God just been working for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I got them two, now I'm straight. But then now I can open up to these other people and see. You know, of course you're not gonna get along with everybody. But
and you making a difference. That's why I say you making
absolutely
you making a difference.
Thing,
and that's the biggest thing. Like I say, you got kids that probably don't have dads at home. You know, and they look forward to, hey, I'm finna hang out with Mr. White, and we might get in class and talk about something that ain't robotics related, but just talk about life.
What? Man, so many
you know
kids,
what I'm saying? And you drop gems on them like that.
I had so many kids come up to me, man, crying, bro. Man, Mr. White, I needed that, man. The way you talk to me, man. I just lost my mom, or hey, man, my mom's sick, man. I went and prayed in the hallway with one of the kids the other day, man. It's things like that, man, that you can't get in no book, man. You just being a good, genuine person, man, and being someone. Even the white kids, man. You know, not just a color thing, man,
right.
but they need it too. You know what I'm saying? They need to see it too, and it's like, man, I get so much love from these kids. They make it easy to go to work every day, bro. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I had to miss work today. My son's sick. And I'm getting text messages from other teachers. All these kids asking about if I'm all right. What's up, Mr. White? He coming back. He ain't quitting on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what they used to, man. These teachers
and like you say, you making a difference. I think that's the biggest thing when you build relationships. Like I know, for me in high school, I had one teacher. I had a couple teachers I really. Miss Stevens, Miss Colston, but then Miss Tippett was the one that really pushed me. She challenged me. Mm-hmm. And they had something back in the day was called an A contract.
Okay.
So you sign the A contract, you doing all the A work. You can do a B contract, do all the B work.
Gotcha.
But I said, I'm finna shoot for the
A. Why not?
I'm shooting for the A. And I mean, she told me, I never forget, it was funny. The first semester, I shot for the B.
Okay.
And she called me on my last name. She said, Newton, you're an A student. You better go for the A next semester.
That's real.
And I went for it.
And got it.
There
you go.
But like you say, that was a motivation there. Playing ball, you had to stay eligible. So that was
my motivation.
Yeah,
that's what I tell them. I was like, man, I try to let everybody not know hooper. Everybody not know, because all the kids not YouTube. They want to be a YouTuber. I was like, everybody not a YouTuber. Find what it is that you do, your passion.
Find your gift.
Yeah, man.
Your gift. We all have a gift.
Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying?
Find it, man, and don't let nobody stop you. I always tell them, don't let nobody knock you off your square, man. I don't care what. You're going to have people trying to do this, do that, man. Don't let them do it, man.
And see, you similar to me. Your gift is people.
Yeah, for sure.
Your gift is people.
Sure.
You know, you can adapt, navigate, move around.
It's going to happen.
That's your thing. But that's why all you got to do is just, like Bobby Brown say on with Thug Love Ja Rule, all we need is a stage.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
It's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
And that's why God's so good. And I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? And then, back to the season, man. I think we underachieved, man, but I'm as happy. we went 2-4, man. They only give us 6 games. We went 2-4. Honestly, could have easily been 5-1.
Now, let me ask, how'd you start out your first game?
First game we lost, and I think it's because the team we played Barrington. They was already 2 games in. Mm-hmm. To me, they wasn't better than us. My guys were just had them first game jitters, man.
Okay.
And we ended up losing by, I think, 4 or 5.
Okay, close.
Yeah, close game. But we played. We couldn't score the first half really. Second half we ended up pulling it out. I mean, coming back a little bit. But that second game we won pretty good. So
who'd y'all beat?
We beat was it Shields?
Was it at home or
was it at home? It was at home. We was at the house.
Now let me ask you, what's home games like?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. That game was jumping.
Okay.
And then there's another because our other home game was jumping. They had finally put the little pep squad together. We ended up playing
Sumner?
Roger. No. We might have beat Roger. It was Shields that
Progress Village. I know it's
on
a handful of y'all gonna play.
Barrington, Shields, Rogers.
Junta.
No, we ain't got them. Sumner.
Okay.
And
in many schools, I'm trying to think. Middle schools.
But we know it's a cluster.
It's a cluster,
so,
right.
So it was only like 6 of us, but it was that Shields game.
But the Shield game was lit.
It was lit, man. And we had a bad first half again, but we ended up coming back, man. And we just started coming back and lost at the buzzer. Well, we had the last shot to win it, and we
lost at the buzzer.
Right.
Okay.
But the only team that I feel like really beat us, bro, was Sumner.
Okay.
Shout out to JJ. That's my dog.
Oh yeah, Turner. That's my dude, man. We had Turner on last show. Chop Shop. We was in the West.
Yeah, that's my dog, man.
Solid dude, good brother, man.
Sure,
good brother.
Man.
Know his mom, good people, man.
Yeah,
good
man.
people.
Him and his little brother too, Ricky.
Yeah,
Rick,
shout
doing
out
his music
to Rick,
thing. But JJ, man, he told me he called me, say, man, because they team, they did that pilot, so they was all 8th graders.
Right.
Now, mind you, the year before, they were 7th graders. Eisenhower had a good team.
Right.
They should have won. I heard they should have won it, but they had issues with transportation. But they blew JJ and them out.
Okay.
So JJ came to my crib, and and,
so you had a lot of guys leave that wasn't that issue. Okay.
Right, and JJ did their thing. They blew us out. That's the only game I feel like we lost.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Other that beat us anyway. But JJ hit me. I was like, man, there was nothing against you, bro. But because they beat us pretty good. Now
I'm ask you as a coach, running the score up. What's your take on that?
Well, to me, to me, man, I see it two ways in a sense. Man, I never want to coach my guys. I want to coach my guys a certain way. If I coach you to play hard every play to the whistle blow, then how can I really tell you to take it easy? So I think it's up to coach to make the adjustments, maybe personnel, maybe play call, certain, moving the ball a little bit more. But I can't never tell my guys not to be in attack mode if I tell them to be in attack mode.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
now let me ask you: when you have with the teams that you dress out 20, everybody got to play.
Well, when I did the 20, only 18 can dress. So I had two guys. So I used to have to pick two guys. At first, my original thought was the two sixth graders will always sit, but I was like, nah, I got to get my sixth graders in because
they coming back.
And they had to have that confidence that, hey, I played as a sixth grader.
Yeah,
you feel
I
me?
belong.
So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick two different guys every week. But only 18 can. So really, technically, only 18 could play.
Okay.
But there's no way to play that many people.
Not for 6-minute quarters?
Nah, they do 20-minute halves, man, which I was surprised about.
Oh, they don't switch it up. They used to be 6-minute quarters back in the day.
Yeah, man, they do 20-minute halves, but it's running clock.
Running clock, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
probably one ref.
Yeah, but even with that, man, it still ain't enough to play no 18 players.
But how many times I should get a half?
Two.
Okay.
Yeah, ain't enough, man. But it was fun, man. Like I said, I'm happy I kept every guy that I kept, man. Shout out to my team. I enjoyed coaching. I love them boys.
So you got any seniors leaving or?
Oh, 8th grade. Yeah, they got. It's a couple.
How many you got leaving?
Pretty much the whole the top 7, 8.
Ooh, you got to reload
it. Man, I got a little 7th grade though. Man,
that you could build around.
I believe so, man. He could be my point guard. But he go Andre Polite, man.
Okay, shout out. Polite.
Yeah, man. I like his game. Hopefully, if he can just get a little confident, we'll be all right.
But I think that's something else too. A lot of kids with social media now, like I've seen kids like when you doing their highlights and you see him like, man, he's really, really good. But I tell people all the time, he just play ball. Just play.
Just play.
Don't be in awe. Don't be intimidated. Go out there and play.
One of the best players on the team, Jacob, man. Jacob Green. Shout out to him. He'll make somebody high school team next year. Man, he all I'm hearing about is how good this kid is, right, when I get to the school. And it's hard for me to judge, man, because I'm not in middle school like that. So I'm
right.
My hooping radar is still a little different.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, he all right. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to him or nobody else. It's just he all right. Let's see what's going on. And also on top of that, man, PE basketball is different when them lights come on, right? So
right.
Throughout the year, I just noticed he was just thinking so much, thinking, like, Coach, what about? And now, granted, you like for your players to ask questions. I mean, they want to know. But I'm like, Jacob, just play. Man, that last game, it finally clipped, man. He snapped. I'm telling you, Jacob snapped. I'm talking about, man, because we used to run a play called 21 when I keep him in the high post.
Yeah.
Against the zone. Really against the man, too, but in the zone. Keep him in the middle. You can do what you want. Catch it and square up. Do your thing. Just kept thinking, well, I don't know. Coach just kept thinking, man, this game, man, when I tell you he snapped, bro, we probably had like 25. He probably had about 16 to 18 on. But I'm talking about all just good buckets.
He's
floaters.
Okay.
Mid-range. 3-pointers, just doing it all, man. It was unbelievable to watch. But he gonna make somebody team. Caden, Cam.
So all them, so where they go? East Bay then, right? Or they could go to Sumner.
Yeah, they go to Sumner. I mean, then they might hit the Blakes or the Techs. You know what I'm saying? Get out there, but I hope wherever they go. I told all my players, man, just let me know where you're going. I'll call the coach for you.
Okay, well, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I'll call the coach for you. All my 8th graders.
Well, that's what it be about. Like I say, just building relationships. And,
just do what you can.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But before we get to our break, we finna go ahead and go via satellite. We got rapping with Ryan. Ryan is a senior at Wesley Chapel. She gives us games every week. Ryan right now is 19-8 on the season. She picks 3 games every week. She does 2, which is the show enough, and then 1 is an upset. We call that the watch out.
All right.
So we're gonna let Serge bring Ryan on in. So cool. Let's see what she had. There she go. Hey, what's going on, young lady?
How you doing?
Hey.
Okay, so we ready to crack up. You were perfect this past week. You did.
Yeah, I know.
You did it big. You called Detroit. So 19-8, 7-2 on the watch out. So we got 3 games 3 games this week. As normal, what are the 2 show nuffs?
All right, I got Atlanta over Carolina.
No, you don't. Do you not? You don't got the Falcons, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. You cooking with grease. Go ahead. What's the second one?
Yeah. I got Kansas City over Jacksonville.
Okay. Now this way it get tricky, young lady. Where is the watch out game this week?
I got Seattle over Tampa.
Oh, you gonna make people mad? You got Seattle over the Bucks?
Yeah, the Bucks don't look
between me and you might be on to something. I'm thinking you on to something, young lady.
I think Gino looks
Seattle.
really
Okay,
good.
hey, that's fair. Now I gotta ask you, how was the Jack and Jill trip this weekend at FAM?
It was great. I really liked it.
You had a good time?
Yeah.
Are you leaning? Are you leaning towards FAM? I want to put you on the spot, but I gotta ask you. You think about getting that orange and green? See, you got your orange on down, so you think about that orange and green?
It's pretty sure it's gonna be.
Okay, we're gonna put you on the spot. Hey, when you ready to make that choice, just let me know. Invite me, and I'll come wherever you do it. So y'all out of school Thursday?
Yeah, we got out Thursday, and we're in Friday.
Yeah, we got Thursday and Friday. They got the store. They say the store might come, so definitely be careful. So,
yeah, I know.
So you might work a little bit. You might work a little bit with your downtime.
We'll see.
We'll see. I keep putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I know your dad probably listens, so he waiting to hear what you're gonna say. But okay. So you said Kansas City, Atlanta, and Seattle. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and you picking good. So I told your dad you need to help him with his picks. You picking good. Need to help him out.
Yeah.
Help it. Yeah. Give him about 4 or 5 games. He's emotional with his picks. So
he won't listen to me.
Yeah.
He won't.
Help him out. He needs
I
it.
try.
Okay, yeah. Well, I ain't gonna hold you up. Like I said, we got your 3, so we'll follow up with you next Tuesday.
All right, bye.
Take it easy. Tell everybody, say, hey, take it easy now.
I will. Thank you.
All right. So we're finna get into our halftime break. As you know, my man Carlos by the Auto Repair Center, 7101 North 40th Street. Carlos right now, he ride with the Eagles. You know, anybody that's winning, that's who Low be on. So he with them. They 8-0. So then he got his son. Actually, Jay played the skill center. Played with John's son.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay. That's his dad. Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Jay
Both of them, man,
too. So they got a free throw thing coming out. So I got to follow up and do my part to donate to that. And you see, I'm rocking the Chop Shop apparel. So Elevate Designs, man, get down with it. 813-400-7015. Sir, for to give us a little halftime break. Give us something, brother. get into it. We at the halftime break. Like I said, yours truly, Easy D's. I got my man, baby brother Dante, kicking it with me. And our special guest tonight, my one and only old swag, Otis White, kicking it with us. So let's get back into what you're saying. Okay, now the season's over with. So now we, like you spoke on the importance of building relationships. And I think sometimes a lot of people do not comprehend that because you can't never, and I've been knowing you probably 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, probably a little longer. Probably 12, 15, but it's always been love.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I can see you anywhere.
And it's going to be love.
And it's love, but
absolutely.
It's genuine.
Genuine, bro.
So it's not fake, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I think a lot of times people don't understand the importance of building good relationships with quality people.
Absolutely.
People don't process that.
Yeah, man, but a lot of people stuck in that, they got to do it on their own. Or they, somebody trying to do something. For me,
trying to get over, trying to whip me out of something.
But for me, man, I get a person before I think negative, I'm always think positive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you might get a chance, but at the same time, I'm also real reserved too. It's gonna be I don't let just anybody all the way in. But at the end of the day, that don't mean I ain't got to show you love.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Just for the fact that I met you through Phylon. Mm-hmm. That's my dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I already know with that. If you official with Phi,
then
you all the way
100,
all the way trill, whatever, buck, whatever you want to call it.
Real.
You good.
That's real, for sure.
Because that's just the type of cat he is.
But that goes back to surround yourself with good people and keep you those people keeping their face clean, like how my brother was. If it would have been, I still might have played high school, but with his face being so clean with his coach and him doing the right thing,
right? Because he could have quit, just went off on the coach,
and
clown or whatever.
And Baker got that Applin, they from the same cloth. Now Baker a little bit more. What's the word I want to say? But he's just a little bit more out there with it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He gonna cut shot in front of everybody, throw his jacket, throw some chairs.
Kind of like Tonelli.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever play Ward?
Oh, absolutely. Love Tonelli, man. Love Tonelli.
Waldo was talking about us. Say Tonelli. They say the factory was like, hey, you got to tone it down a little bit.
Tonelli and Applin, man, they all from that same cloth, man. Like this, and they now one thing I love about Coach Applin, bro, is that he ain't recruit. He did what he was gonna do with the boys that came in, bro. I ain't never seen him out there trying to get nobody. He just made it happen what he got. But Tonelli, man, I got a lot of respect for him, and he got a lot of respect for me too, man. We used to have some wars, man. Jeff James, Marlon Maxwell, all them guys, man. We had some battles.
So let me ask you, when you left, I know you said your app got a great relationship now. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you saw him?
Actually, man, I saw him last year, man. He came down. Khalil, my homeboy Khalil, he coached now at Indian River, assistant coach.
Right.
And he had a game at HCC. Coach Applin came through, man. We went out and had a couple of drinks after the game, man. I actually called him the other day, man. I got to call him again. I left him a voicemail, him and his wife, man, because his wife was actually in guidance at Chamberlain when I was there. So they both together did a lot to help me get my clearance house, all those things, my ACTs and all those things to help me get a scholarship, man. So I called them and left a voicemail on their phone, letting them know that because I was like, man, I ain't never let them know I'm an educator now, and it's partly because of them. You know what I'm saying?
So with that, who were some of your influences along your path to get into to get your feet wet teaching?
Oh, teaching?
Yeah.
Like Applin, his wife. Honestly, man, just the whole administration at Chamberlain, bro. Shout out to Chamberlain back in 2002. Man, we had all black administrators, man. Mr. Washington was the principal. Mr. Smith was the AP.
I tell two bro.
Mr. Young was out there teaching.
Mike Young?
Yeah.
My dude. Yeah, that's my big bro. Shout out, man. But Mike doing his thing. He doing that chess at Academy Prep. Yeah,
was just
solid brother,
There was just so many black administrators and teachers at Chamberlain that year, man. And the school was great, man. No disrespect to what they got going on now. I heard the school done, just coming up short trying to find his way again. But, man, back then, man, it was ran a certain way, a lot of respect. And, all that just went into me just going. And then also, too, like my coach at Bear, shout out to him, Cesar Odio, rest in peace, coach. But he was one of the best coaches I had, man. He was just such a good guy. And, when I was going through what I was going through as far as class, I was like, man, coach, I was doing business at the time. Mind you, I changed my major so many times. At Lynn, I was sports and hospitality management. But transferring schools, all that stuff don't carry over. So I'm like, man, I've been in school 6 years, man. I got to get out of here. So I transferred over to PE. Coach was like, man, you'll be great at it. And that's just what I did, man. Shout out to Coach, man. I'll never forget it. When I was at Pasco was when I found out that I had a son coming.
Okay. So
when I'm at Pasco, I'm doing my thing. After I found out about my son, then also my roommate ended up, shout out to my roommate, Rashad, man. About 5'9", could fly though. He played with Ingram. I know Dante like Florida, man. Played with Cornelius Ingram in high school.
Played football. I remember Ingram. Yeah, played DN.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played Hawthorne.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
okay.
Hawthorne. Shout out to my boy Rashad. He my roommate, man. He could fly. Unfortunately, I ended up getting sent home, and then I had to play the point. But anyway, make a long story short, we end up, things didn't go the way I wanted them to as far as the looks I got. So I ended up going to Barry, and I ended up getting a letter from Barry. Mind you, Coach Odio used to come to the games at the Christmas tournament at Prep. Mind you, I didn't know. I just remember him. I just always see this dude up there, man, and up in the box. I was a college coach. And then, so I ended up getting this letter, man, and no disrespect to my assistant coach, Coach Orley, man. He sent me the letter. One of those generic letters, hey, man, I see one of the best, JUCO players in the state of Florida. And he said that, and then, so I ended up calling. I'm like, man, you know what? I think South Alabama or somebody. That was the only D1 that showed some type of interest. I'm like, man, I got a baby coming. It'll be kind of dope to go down to Miami. Got my son still in Florida. Yeah. So I called him. I said, man, what's up, man? Just calling to see what's going on. He was like, yeah, man, we want to get you down on a visit. I'm like, okay. He was like, we're going to have you drive down. And no disrespect to him, but I hung up the phone. And the reason I hung up the phone was, and I'm just,
that's not a visit.
Yeah, bro. So I said, okay, coach, all right. Then I hung up. Then the reason I knew that because, Boca's a little bit closer than Miami.
Right.
They flew me down when they went on my recruit trip. So I hung up the phone. I'm like, man, I ain't going down there, man. Next day, Coach Odio, my head coach, called me back. He like, man, Otis, man, because that coach wasn't there when I played at, Lynn and Barry in the same conference.
Right.
So that coach wasn't there when I played against him. So coach was like, nah, man, I know y'all remember you from high school. Man, we want you to come down. We're going to fly you down. We got you. I'm like, all right, coach, I seen a little bit. So I went down there, man, and just the love I got, the way he was, bro, it felt right. And I was killing on my visit too. Just felt right. Then fast forward to the season. Now it's, September. My son about to come. I ain't told coach nothing. I ain't told him I got a son on the way because I ain't want nothing to hurt my scholarship. Mind you, he waited on me too because at Pasco I had to do some extra classes in the summer.
Okay.
So he had to wait before I could sign my scholarship. He held it to the end of the second half of the summer. Okay. So now I fell out. He got an extra scholarship just there. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up passing. He honored his word. I get down there, man. Fast forward to, my son about to come. I say, man, coach, I got to talk to you. I say, hey, man, I ain't want to tell you because I didn't want to lose my scholarship, but I got a baby on the way. And he coming because we did it was a C-section, so we knew when it was coming.
Okay,
so
it was coming, okay.
He was like, man, she looked at me, he's like, man, don't even worry about it, man. Go handle your business. We'll be here when you get back.
That's
come on, bro. And that man just stuck in with me, bro. Even with the grades and stuff, he's like, man, I know you thought you were struggling, man. Even if but that goes back to the type of person you are, though. He's like, man, I know you was worried about failing out. Man, even if you'd have fell out, I would have ride with you. Because I know you, these other guys that I let go, they weren't in it like you. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, man, just shows you being a good person takes you a long way and building those relationships. You know what I'm saying? He ended up keeping me on because I had to go an extra year. He put me on the staff the next year.
Oh, yeah?
My last year I was on the staff, and I also coached at Miami Country Day. That's my first time ever coaching. It was
that big time hoop down there, Country Day, though.
Man. So it was just
how'd you like that?
I loved it, and mind you, I'm just doing it. At that point, coach was like, man, you go ahead and do that, get you a couple dollars in your pocket. I was like, all right. And I did. I was supposed to be the assistant. Mind you, we were talking about it. We had a volunteer. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to him, but he wasn't no basketball guy. He was just doing it because they needed somebody.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll be the assistant coach. When I get there, man, next thing you know, the head coach, he's doing the book. I'm standing up coaching at the first game. And then I just take it over from there, man. I loved it down there. Kind of wish I would have stayed, but, I just wanted to get back to the city, man, and make some things happen in the city. So that's what I did, came back, and fast forward, now we here, man. I'm getting back to my purpose. Feels good, man. Feels good, bro.
That's good stuff. Good, so man. We finna get into these, we finna get these games. Serge, you ready?
Y'all, let's go.
Okay. Tay, you want to pick what we're doing these college games? You want to pick with us? I can get a spread, say who favor. No. You gonna chill? This guy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it then. We're going to pick these games. We're going to do our pick 'em. So, first game, we're going to start out Pittsburgh, favored by 5 at University of Virginia. Pittsburgh just they whooped Syracuse. Virginia they just played Miami tough and lost. I like Pittsburgh on the road. Swag, who you like?
Man, I got to go with Pitt. Shout out to G. Lee. Shout out to JoJo Claremont, man. Them boys, I played high school basketball with me. They from Pitt, man. I got to rock with them.
Okay, that's fair. Serge, who you like?
Give me Pitt.
Okay. Oklahoma favored by 7, taking traveling to West Virginia. I'm gonna try the Sooners, man. I grew up liking them, so I can't shake them. I like Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mike Kelly, man. That freestyle, man. We got to go Oklahoma on that, man.
Okay. Sir, who you riding with?
Yeah, give me Baker Mayfield on that.
Okay, that's fair. Ooh, LSU favored by 3 at Arkansas. LSU just beat Godzilla this past week, so travel to Little Rock travel to Fayetteville to take on the Razorbacks. Who y'all like in that?
Ooh.
Yeah, give me LSU.
Okay. Swag, who you
What
like?
was the point spread?
3.
3? Yeah, I take LSU.
We'll take LSU. Okay, everybody saw LSU here. Okay. Louisville at Clemson. Clemson just got embarrassed. Clemson's favored by 7. Who y'all like in that?
I mean Clemson, man.
I like Louisville, man.
Clemson.
I ain't on Clemson no more.
Clemson.
They ain't showed.
I'll go with Clemson.
Okay, that's fair. All right. The Miami Hurricanes traveling to Atlanta, taking on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's favored by 1. Miami got any fight left in them?
Hey, I think we knocked the fight out them, man. Shout out to Florida State, man. Appreciate the birthday gift.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to my homeboy T, but I'm sorry, bro. Hey, listen, I'm just saying, though, man. I'm trying to get this money, man.
So you got Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech. Shout out to Eddie Ivory.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rashawn Grant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
shout out to the boys. You know, shout out to the boys, man. Georgia Tech, man.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get Stephon Marbury.
Everybody got
Yes,
Tech.
sir.
Okay, wow. Okay, Big 12 game. Iowa State favored by what at Oklahoma State? Oklahoma State got embarrassed the last 2 weeks. They gonna have a little pride. I like the Cowboys at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Oklahoma State too, man.
Okay.
Shout
Sir, who you got?
out the
Yeah,
twin, the
same
grand
thing.
boy.
Oklahoma State.
Wisconsin favored by 1 at Iowa. Iowa just with Purdue. I ain't getting off. I like Iowa. I like Iowa.
Where they at?
At Iowa.
I'm gonna go Iowa too.
Sir, who you riding
Give me Wisconsin.
with? Okay. Now I'm gonna do 2 spread games this week. Alabama favored by 12 at Ole Miss. Is Alabama cover?
Yeah.
I don't
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, Miss.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I don't think they
I don't
cover.
think
I'm gonna go Ole
They're
Miss,
going to be
man.
bad.
They can be bad.
Yeah.
Old Miss get up and down.
They do.
And Lane got
Yeah.
Trigg ain't playing. Shout out to my man, Michael Trigg. But I mean, they got weapons.
They do.
And they go play tough. So I like Alabama. I like Ole Miss. May not win it.
Yeah,
They
but
gonna cover that 12.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. Big game in the AAC. UCF traveling to New Orleans, take on Tulane. Tulane's favored by 2. Tulane been playing good ball, and they ranked the highest in the Power 5.
Yeah, give me Tulane.
Okay. You ride with the Knights?
Man, I got to. Shout out to Khalil, man. Graduate.
no
You know,
doubt.
Yeah, I got to stick. You know, if I don't know, I don't know. I got to rock with my people. You feel me?
I'm taking Tulane, though. So,
UCF.
no problem, Khalil. It's love still. I like Tulane. Kansas State traveling to Baylor. Baylor favored by 3. I like K-State, man.
Give me Baylor.
Okay.
I'm going to go Baylor.
Okay. Another game, Kansas at Texas Tech. Texas Tech favored by 4. I like Texas Tech. They tough at home. They beat anybody at home. Y'all like?
Texas Tech.
Okay.
Give me Johnny Manziel.
No, and man, they're with the A&M now. You gonna call the school, do it right now. That's Mahomes. You like Mahomes?
Yeah, give me Mahomes.
Okay, good. Tightened up. You like Texas Tech too? Yeah, crash. He's surgery and tripping. Okay. All the spread game, my homeboy Mike Penix, quarterbacking over there in Washington. They travel to Oregon, big game. Oregon's favored by 13. It's Oregon cover. Don't be mad, Mike. I think Oregon's going to give out that work on
Yeah,
Saturday.
man, Oregon, boy. They tough.
Oregon's at home?
Waldo, yes.
Yeah, they got it.
They're going to get up and down.
I want Mike to do well, man.
I want to see him do well, too,
Oregon,
but at 13 is...
Yeah, I'm going to go Oregon.
Okay. Everybody got the O's. Okay. ACC matchup, UNC traveling to Winston-Salem, taking on Wake Forest. Wake Forest, I got whooped the last 2 weeks. Wake Forest favored by 3. I like Wake Forest.
Yeah, I got Wake.
Yeah,
Tim
man,
Duncan and them.
I don't want to go Wake because they beat up my boy, but I'm going to go Wake.
Okay. Now you can do Johnny Football. Texas
Johnny
A&M at Auburn. Auburn's favored by 2. I like Ed. I know Cadillac out there, but I like A&M.
Yeah,
You said they in Auburn?
They at Auburn.
Give me Auburn.
Okay.
I'm gonna go A&M.
TCU at Texas. Texas favored by 7. I like Texas. I like TCU, excuse me.
Who favored?
Texas.
Yeah, give me
TCU,
Texas.
8, ranked in the top 5 in the country. I don't see how they favor, but I don't make the lines.
Dang. Yeah, TCU.
TCU, okay. Who you like, Serge?
Give me the Horns.
Okay. Then Florida State Seminoles favored by 6 at Syracuse. Serge, who you like? You like Syracuse?
Give me Florida State.
Yeah, State showed me something. I already know you like Swag.
You
I didn't
know.
even try you like
Yes,
that.
sir.
And the Thursday night game, Atlanta favored by 3 at Carolina. What y'all like?
Yeah, they get that.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Swag, I think Swag like Carolina. He's a Buck fan.
Yeah, you know I'm a competitor, man. I just like to go against the grain, man.
That's fair.
Hold on. You got me with the A. I don't want that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Put that C on that. Yeah. Just so we got something to talk about.
Hey,
you feel me?
It's all ball.
I got to come back during college basketball season, man.
Oh.
You know I love Florida State football, but I'm a hard head when it comes to that court, man.
Now we're gonna talk about that too with that college hoop. Serge be on that hoop too. Now I'm gonna ask you, college basketball, like I say right now, is just they starting the games. They picked up regular season started yesterday, so you're a Tar Heel fan.
Absolutely.
How long you been a Tar Heel fan? Going back
since Jordan. I like Florida State because my mom went there.
Okay.
But when it comes to back, it's the colors. And it's Jordan, and then you got
Well, let me do this because Michael Jordan is everybody's favorite.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite Carolina player? Not Michael Jordan.
Man, you know who I still love to watch?
Who?
There's a couple on though.
Go ahead, call it out.
Joe Forte.
Forte was decent.
I used to love. Oh man, I'm tripping. Ed Cota.
Cota was decent.
I see Vince Carter, of course. But my favorite. I also used to love Shammond Williams.
Okay, so you like the guards.
Stackhouse.
Stackhouse was like that.
Stack was different.
Yeah, he was super different.
Stack and Rasheed was super different. But I might.
Didn't Jameson play for Antoine?
Yeah, he did.
That's who was my guy because you know why? Jameson didn't do nothing flashy.
Oh yeah.
He
got it done.
Yeah.
He got it done.
So you could be reading the paper like he scored 25.
Got it done.
I've been watching the game like how he get 25?
Got it done.
But that's what he did.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
but
sure.
Being from Atlanta, Georgia Tech, that what we used to go back and forth with Carolina. We didn't have the success that Carolina had, but Dave Smith always raised the bar. And then Krzyzewski came after him.
Oh yeah.
But like you say, but just to be an old ACC guy, like I saw Worthy, I saw Sampson, I saw Mike Perkins, I saw Tim Duncan. Like a lot of people, and we had a conversation because Serge, they got another show. His, hers, and ours. Shout out Solomon Davis, Chamberlain graduate, a little older than you.
Yes, sir.
But we talked about top 10 players of all time, and I tell people, if Tim Duncan does not lose to the Heat, and he has 6 championships with no losses, where do you put him?
Hey, Tim, but first of all, he the greatest power forward ever played the game, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I love his game. At first I did it, as I got older I started falling more and more in love with it.
Okay.
I love his game, man. He's just he just play the same way. He don't get rattled.
Okay.
But I don't see no you got a power forward over him?
Oh no, not at all. That's my guy. Like a lot of people like Dream is my favorite center.
Okay.
I take him.
Okay.
Duncan is my 3. I mean Duncan is my 4.
Okay.
LeBron is my 3.
Okay.
Mike is my 2.
Absolutely.
And Steph is my 1.
Okay. I can respect that.
Serge, Serge, look, I know Serge gonna
that.
put Bron. You can put Bron 1.
No, Bron is always going to be the number 3.
Okay. So who's your 2?
2, I got to go with MJ.
Oh,
Okay, who's your 1?
Now, this is where it's like, because there's so many.
This is Serge. You the GM. Who you got?
Yeah, because it could be different every time. Because I used to put Iverson at 1, even though he was a 2.
Okay.
But I also liked Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas,
fair.
I was real big on Isaiah Thomas. I don't think he got the respect that he deserved.
Okay.
So it's a toss-up between those guys. Plus, I love Kyrie but Kyrie, he's comes and goes.
Okay, who's your 4? Who's your power forward?
My 4, it would be Tim Duncan, but KG is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who's your 5?
Center,
Yeah.
it's got to be Kareem.
Okay, that's fair. Old school.
Okay.
Swag, give me your 5.
So I got you. So for me, first of all, Steph my favorite player right now.
Okay.
Hit
a loud 47 last night.
He's my favorite player.
A loud 47.
But if I'm coaching the team, Steph would be my sixth man though, and this is why.
I'm waiting.
It's all about it's all about size for me.
Okay.
So at the center, I gotta go Diesel.
I was gonna say
I
Shaq.
gotta go Diesel.
Okay.
And at the 4, Tim Duncan.
Okay.
My 3 is going to be Kobe.
Okay.
My two is going to be Jordan, and my 1 is going to be LeBron.
So LeBron is playing the point.
Playing the 1, because that's his natural position, but he playing the 1, and he can guard the 3. Kobe ain't got 2, or Kobe can, and all 5 of my guys play D.
Okay. What we're gonna do? So I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna do what we call a little rapid fire. So I'm gonna throw you about say 10 questions, and and I'm gonna shoot it to you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
See what you think. Favorite fruit?
Mango.
Mango. If you could ride out of town with one artist, it could be R&B, it could be hip hop. Who would it be?
And I'm taking Tom G.
Tom G. Okay. Favorite song by Tom G?
Oh man. Woo. Man, that's a tough one. The original City Boy with it.
Original City Boy with it. Okay.
Or On and On.
Okay. Toughest matchup you had in high school?
Ooh. Man, that's tough. That's tough.
I know you said Jack earlier. You spoke about Jack?
Jack, but TK was tough, man.
Okay.
TK was tough. I got to go TK.
Okay. First day of school, you wore your new clothes or your old clothes?
Oh, man, I wore a T-shirt and basketball shorts, man.
That was
because, the first day of school for us was in the middle of the week. We crush them on Monday.
Okay, so you started fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Favorite video game?
Man, honestly, I don't even play video games, man.
Never played them growing up either?
I mean, I had a Nintendo and I had a Sega, man. My Sega got stolen and I ain't play after that.
Okay. Favorite meal?
Favorite meal, man. Man, I love seafood, man. Give me some blue crab. I'm good.
Blue crabs, you good?
Oh, yeah.
Crab salad by any chance?
Oh, I do some crab salad too, but I just like the old school, just at the house though. And don't get me wrong, I mess with the, Mrs. Crab and all that, ways and all that. But my mama house, that's where it's at.
Play spades?
Oh, for sure.
Big Joker. You play Big Joker?
Big Joker. Big Joker. Oh, I play anyway. I'm that. So I can play all kind of ways. Ace high. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Deuces. Whatever you want to do, I'm like that.
Okay. Favorite rapper to come out of Atlanta?
Come out of Atlanta?
Out of Atlanta.
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Okay.
Well, yeah. Right now, Lil Baby.
Favorite rapper to come out of Miami?
Miami, Ross.
Okay. East Coast. Bad Boy, Death Row.
Man, back then it was Death Row.
You was on Death Row?
Yeah, man. Tupac.
Okay.
Tupac.
All right. Favorite football player?
Deion.
Hands down.
Prime time.
Okay. That's fair. I like that. Okay, I like that. If you didn't go to Chamberlain, you could have went to another school. Where'd you saw yourself? Just high school.
Oh man, that's tough. Lato.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
Lato.
Okay. Favorite candy bar? If you eat candy, I don't know. Some people don't eat candy.
Probably Snickers.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite shoe to hoop in?
Oh man, that's a good one. And in college, man, I wore Jordans.
And I know you collect them. What's your favorite Jordan?
Oh, the 11s.
The 11s?
Hands down.
I like the 3s.
11s, hands down.
I like the 3s.
I feel like I could wear a suit.
Oh, 11s all day.
I could wear a suit with the 11s. You know what I'm saying?
You wear a suit with the 11s?
You feel me? The 11s is just... Yeah.
What colorway?
What colorway?
About you? Yeah.
It's a good question.
If I
just had I go original Concord just so I can feel like I can do a lot more with it. But the cool grays is slick. The breads is slick. You know,
all black joints that they got.
That's true too.
Did you play them at Chamberlain?
Nah, man, we had team shoes at Chamberlain.
What y'all had? Nikes?
Yeah, some Nikes. Well, one year we had Adidas, I think.
Okay.
We had it now. Yeah, man.
But I played and you rocking the authentic.
I had to. When you told me what time we was on, man, I had to.
So let me ask, did you want number 10 or that's what they gave you?
Okay, so
let me do that before we go to the break.
I played baseball all my life, so I always want a single digit number.
No, what did you play baseball?
Man, everything, man. Short, third, first, second. I'm an infielder. I caught a little bit. I ain't like the outfield.
Okay.
That's what my dad taught me.
Okay.
So the reason I switched to basketball is because, basketball I can go out by myself and shoot.
Yeah, baseball, you got to have somebody with you. Yeah.
So, but I love baseball. I play AAU baseball. I never play AAU basketball. I always really like that.
Okay.
My cousin Dwight Good and Gary Sheffield, though. So, but shout out to them boys. But yeah, man, I was like that.
Okay.
But I always wanted a single digit number. But when I got to Chamberlain, the lowest number was 10. So but then also my brother wore 10 at Lato.
Okay.
So it was just like let me get 10.
That's fair. That's love. I appreciate it. That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we finna get into our last break, man. We brought to you by Kodak, downtown Carver City. Shout out to my man Mike Trigg, E-Trigg. I got to get down there this week, man, and get my grocery fix. I'm long overdue. Check them boys out, man. 813-870-0404. Right down there at 1510 North Hubert. Serge, give us something before we get out of here. So we're going to get into it, man. This is our last break. This is the fourth quarter for to get into Chop Shop. As I told you earlier, I got my man D-Tay kicking it, even the special guest tonight, Old Swag. So we'll get into the Super 13 real quick, brought to you by Wingstop. Got 4 locations in the Bay Area. Got one in Wesley Chapel, one in Lutz. We got one right there on 56 and Bush. I'll be there tonight. Then we got the main where it all started right there on 30th and Fowler right there in the Winn-Dixie Plaza. 813-903-9464. Go check them guys out. They got good grocery, got them good corn, got them good ears, good wings, good chicken sandwich, all the above. Want to give a shout out to the team, following teams going to the playoffs. High school playoffs start this weekend, maybe delayed with the weather, so hopefully we'll get through this and we'll have games. So we got Calvary Christian, Plant, Sumner, Pasco, Jesuit, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Catholic, Kings in the playoffs. Been a while. Shout out to the Lions. Gaither, Riverview, East Bay, Blake. Shout out to my cousin Val over there at Blake, the principal, Berkeley Prep, Robinson, Steinbrenner, Warden, Durant, and Tampa Bay Tech. So we got 19 schools in the city, man, trying to make something happen. And player of the week this week, Lewis Carter over there at Tampa Catholic, beat Jesuit for the first time in 23 years. So Lou ran for a touchdown, 102 yards, blocked the punt to seal the win. So go to Wingstop, man. You are player of the week. Go to one on 56, or you go to the one on Fowler. Get you a free 10-piece, man. Courtesy of Chop Shop at Wingstop. So back with my man Swag. So you say Jersey. They say okay, the lowest thing we got is 10.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I got to go.
I'm gonna rock with 10, man.
I'm rock with 10,
and I'm put on for my brother. Like I said, he did a lot for me. Got me plugged in with Coach. And
did you wear 10 at Barry?
Yes.
Lynn.
Now Lynn, I went to 21. It was a guy named Akil Lewis, man. Shout out to Akil. He was from Hollandale.
I got good ball out there in South Florida.
Yeah,
too.
real nice, man. As a matter of fact, shout out to Lynn, man. The year before me, that class was I think the number 1 recruiting class in Division II.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a nice class. That's what made me like, hold on, man, I might need to try to see about red shirt. So I asked
anybody from Tampa, you played with anybody local, like from the city when you travel, like Barry or Lynn?
Well, when shout out to my homeboy Dejan, man, Dejan Smith.
Yeah, okay.
You know, he went to Chamberlain. Yeah, so it's crazy, man. So he went to Chamberlain. He ended up, did some things at JUCO. He actually went to Pasco as well, but he was still at Lynn finishing up. He went on the team, but he was finishing up when my first year there.
Okay.
So that's how me and him got super, super cool. But he used to always, one thing I learned too, man, he used to always come back and show love, play against us, and that's what made me always want to go back and hoop. And,
so you still do?
I used to, you know what I'm saying? Used to come back, but he did that. But I met him out there, got super cool with him. So we had kind of similar paths. He played at Lynn, I played at Lynn. He played at Pasco, I played at Pasco. Still my brother to this day, man. I love Dejan.
Now do the boys at Eisenhower know that know that can hoop? Do they know you can hoop?
I mean, I think they you know, for example, when I'm in, I'm shooting. They know I can shoot because I ain't gonna miss too many in front of my boys. Like I just take it personal. But they know a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know enough. They really don't know, but they can feel it. They can feel it. But I can't wait for the little teacher student game. You know, I'm gonna get them work.
When is that?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it's gonna be toward the end of the year.
Okay,
but I don't care whenever it is.
You getting off?
I got to.
You got enough guys to run with you? Or?
Yeah, there's a couple of teachers at the school that can, and I only need some bodies.
That's it.
I only need bodies,
but
man.
You pull it up, though.
Man, listen.
You pull it up.
Come on, man. It's going to be playing like playing my son. My son ain't beating me.
Now, you got a son that's high school.
Yeah,
graduated
maybe a
this year,
senior,
right?
man. Shout out to him. He just won the district championship out there at Eustis High School. Played football, played DN.
Okay.
17 years old.
Okay.
About to graduate, man. I wish
does he like football?
He loved football.
Okay.
That's his passion.
Did you like football like Chamberlain? Did you think about playing?
I thought about it. I played football 2 years for the Tampa Bay Eagles, E-Boy City, man.
Okay.
Shout out to all them boys that played for the Eagles.
What position you played?
I played safety and tight end, man.
Okay. You got you a pick or
a few defensive back. I got trophy defensive back, of the year and all that. I did my thing, man. But it was just one of them things where, it just wasn't. It just wasn't me. It just wasn't me. But I loved it though. I loved it. You from Florida, you play everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
think something else too though is that even like with high school football, with the elements, the sun, the heat, everybody don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's determined quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
I tell people it's a special kind. You have a special kind of mindset to play football.
Absolutely, you do.
It's difficult. Like because I know I'm old school. We come with them 2-a-days.
Listen.
Early morning, 8 to 10, they come back 4 to 6. I'm like, man, coach is tripping.
Man, I'll never forget it. We playing the Rams. Man, and I want to say at the time I didn't know who he was, but then I thought about it just by the way he looked. I want to say it was Elijah Dukes.
Okay.
He playing running back. And me and him run around the corner and meet up at the same time.
You had to make a decision.
And listen here. And look, now I tackled him now.
Okay.
But that wasn't it. That bit ran me over. And listen, when I say it was so loud, and I know it was loud because my uncle was coach. I had my Uncle Kurt, man. He was the coach. And my dad came to the game late. And he told him about it. He's like, but he got him down, though. But I was like, that wasn't enough. When I tell my head was ringing. But the thing about it was just me and him. He could have shook me.
But he
wanted that pressure.
Yeah. He wanted
I didn't want that pressure,
I'll tell you something. It's fun. I got an Elijah Duke story. Elijah been the same size, man. I'm talking about he started out, and people don't remember, he started out at Jefferson.
Okay.
And then transferred to Hillsborough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, they 10th grade year, Jefferson played Hillsborough at Jefferson. Jefferson just...
Now this time, was he at Hillsborough?
He was at Jefferson.
So he's a 10th grade at 10th grade. Jefferson. Okay.
1999. He graduated with you, right?
Yeah.
No, actually, he graduated before you. He was 01. Right.
01.
So, he was a junior. And then transferred to Hillsborough.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what they do. Hillsborough, Jefferson got something going on where they play here, go there. They have probably either, in the last, probably say 20 years, they probably had 60 kids.
Like,
switch up. Go.
He was like that, too.
But I'm telling you, but it was like, and I got my man Ruff, we go to the game, Ruff Jefferson alumni, but I mean, Elijah was so much bigger than the other kids. And I was just like, there's no way he's a junior in high school.
Bro, and the way he looked like a grown man. And
he looked
like a scary grown man.
Yeah.
Like that. And the thing about it was only one person I seen that was bigger than him, Broderick Bunkley. And I used to see him every day. Every day at school, bro. Broderick Bunkley.
Yeah, Buck played with the Eagles, played with the Florida State.
Oliver Hoyt, too.
Yeah, Hoyt was another.
Chamberlain was like that, but we were.
Y'all had a good team. Y'all had a good team. Y'all had a good team.
From top to bottom with sports and stuff, man, that 02 class was nice.
Yeah, but I just like to say, but just Elijah was just so much bigger.
Yeah, he was an animal, man.
Than everybody else. So you say
you on the basketball court, too.
So you made the tackle, but your head was ringing.
Man, what? I'm like, this ain't it, bro. I'm straight.
This ain't what I want to do,
bro. I think I played what 11 and 12 years. I played Pee Wee.
Okay.
Whatever people, 10 and 11 or 11 and 12. After that, that's when that's what I played 4th and 5th grade year.
Okay.
That 6th grade year was my first year playing basketball.
Okay.
At Westgate Christian. They had a team. I joined that team, yup.
And then, also, for those that don't know, you just had a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday
Appreciate
to you.
That, man.
Let people know what you got going on Thursday night,
man. First of all, thank you for the birthday shout-out, man. 35, you feel me? 39 in the building. But this Thursday week, I'm going to be at Status Club out there on Armenia. Shout out my homeboy Jarvis and 6482. We doing it big, man. Scorpio season is the best season. And y'all know my vibe, man. Just trying to have a good time, man. No bull crap. Just having fun, living life. And it's going down, man. I know if the weather permit, I know it's going to be, a little rainy, man. But come out, man. It's inside, it ain't outside.
Oh, yeah, you out of school Friday.
You know what I'm saying? We out of school Friday. I set it up that way. Come on, man. We hanging out. You feel me? So, that's what I'm doing in the city, man. I just came back from Fort Lauderdale, Miami, man. So I want to do something for the city, man. OJ birthday bash at Status.
Okay.
It's going down.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Remember y'all make some moves. Y'all trying to bring the band back, or are we taking baby steps right now?
We taking baby steps, man. The thing about it, you can always put that band back together, man. You feel me? But we taking baby steps, man. Just doing what I can when I can right now.
Okay.
But shout out to all them boys, man. D, Joe, KP, Rush. You know what I'm saying? We did some legendary things in the city, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to 1040 Promotions, Woodpack Entertainment, man. We had to sit in our hand for a little minute, man. We still got it.
I got to check out Fi. Fi got a son at Blake hooping this year, so I definitely.
Little nephew JoJo, man.
Roscoe. I would call it Roscoe. Roscoe doing his thing, and he kind of got, like I was telling Joe, he got more attitude than you got.
Oh, absolutely.
Joe was kind of humble.
Oh, yeah.
Roscoe got a little more. Hey, I dunked on you and what?
Yeah.
He gonna do that with you.
See, I love JoJo because he gonna show emotion.
Yeah.
He gonna show something, man. Clap. You know what I mean?
Did you have guys that played for you like that at Eisenhower, or they just?
A couple of them like to play to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But I think my guys this year, they were just so worried about trying to do the right thing and get the, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully
learn it and then learn it.
Yeah,
you got to learn how you coach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning experience for everybody this year, man. So that's why I'm happy, and hopefully I can get into PE too, so I can see some of these guys. A lot of things too. It's a lot of different things too with middle school basketball. They're making you do things online. A lot of these kids, man, they don't have the resources. They got, they live with their grandparents or whatever the case may be, man. So that's why I'm glad. This year, like I said, is my first year at the school. Basketball season starts in August. We only get a couple of weeks. I'm at the school a couple of weeks, and they talking about something. You got to pick a team. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little difficult, but now I know what's going on. I'm gonna try to get some of the guys that I had, get them in the summer, work them out.
So will you be in PE second semester, or?
That's the plan. I hope so, man.
And then maybe you get them through the off season, like summer. You get them in like that.
And a lot of kids didn't try because they didn't get their paperwork in. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we got some guys that, some 7th graders that, can come out there and do our thing. So
yeah, it's thankless work for educators, especially like you said, at that level you do so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
You wear a lot of different hats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different hats.
And I'm here for it, man.
That's what it's about. Like I said, you found your calling, you found your purpose, and that's the most important thing. So before we get out of here, man, I want you to, give your shout outs to whoever you want to give them to. The floor is yours, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out to my parents, man. My mama, Miss Jolly, man. I love you. Already know. Shout out to my kids. My sons, oldest white, the 3rd, Trey, little Maddox, man. Hope you feel better soon. You've been kind of sick. Just shout out to all my people, man. My homeboy LA, man, bless me with, this weekend. T, just all my homeboys and anybody that's from the city that just been holding me down, man. Shout out to everybody at Eisenhower, all my teachers, my homeboy Jay, Auntie, Miss Button. She we call her, everybody call her Auntie.
Everybody got one of those.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people, man. Shout out to God, man. He's putting these people in my life to give me success and give me purpose and drive. So I just appreciate it. And if anybody I left off, man, I love you. But that's it, man. Shout out to you, Ben, for having me. You told me you was going to have me, man. And, I'm one of the people that don't get my hopes up. I'll let it happen, man. And I think it happened at the right time.
Bro, if I tell you something, man, anything, if I tell you something, that's official.
Don't get it twisted. It wasn't nothing about what you was going to do. It was just circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in a position to where I can move.
We're going to put it together, and I'm glad you care. Like I said, we definitely going to get you back on maybe like March Madness. We get into these brackets.
For sure.
You say you're on that college hoop, maybe NBA playoffs, because Serge got Cleveland going.
Okay.
Conference finals. So, he all that. Then he got Ohio State winning the chip in football.
Man, it's the Heat out the East, Warriors out the West.
Heat Warriors, okay.
And then I got to go with the Heat, man. I love the Warriors now, but I got to go with the Heat always.
Heat Warriors,
I got to go with my teams, man.
Heat Warriors.
See the East ain't too convincing to me. I'm sorry, I ain't sold. I'm talking about ever. I ain't sold on Milwaukee. I just you
ain't sold on Boston. And,
I mean, I like the young boys out there, man. But
you like
because I know what they're gonna bring.
You like Spoelstra.
I know what they're gonna do,
and they're gonna be they definitely gonna be a tough house.
And if we play Boston again, you know Jimmy gonna come with it.
Okay,
we own.
Okay. Real quick before we get out of here, sir. Them Browns going to Miami. What y'all gonna do this week?
We winning.
Okay. They gonna
the coach starts running the ball.
Hey,
we winning.
Tyreek Hill is showing he is running crazy right now.
Yeah, that's fine. But once you put pressure on that quarterback, that pressure on that quarterback, he ain't throwing the ball.
Yeah, too. He chugging it, ain't he?
Dude look good.
He looking like he's out there with Waddle and
yeah, man.
The other guy, he playing pitch and catch.
Yeah, he got to get away from Miles.
I was worried about Tua for a minute, man.
And
Tua bounce back
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But like I said, we got some good games this week, so I want to
also go Bucks.
And also let you know we got 10 more days, but 11 more days, man. We doing the Feed the Homeless, so anybody that wants to make a donation, man, like I said, I put a post out. We're on Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay. You know, do what you can. We're giving Trig the money on November 20th, so you got to November 19th, man. I set a goal for $3,000. We're trying to get there, so everything adds up. And also, a partner of mine, good partner of mine, Lou Arthur Blue Buzz, lost his mom this past week, man. So prayers to you and your family, man. You know, I love you, boy. So we riding with you. So like I say, stay strong during these tough times, man. We definitely got you in prayer.
Man.
So, and I always like to say before we get out of here, so Swag, it's just my little personal thing. I had to borrow my boy Suge Knight. Anybody want to be an artist, don't want to see the executive producer on the videos, on the record, dancing, come to Death Row. So for my crew that ain't here tonight, Dave City, my man Walt Della, my man Ruff, got Dante kicking it with his AMGville satellite. He didn't come on tonight. Rapping with Ryan, she doing her thing for Surge. My man Old Swag, Easy D decided out, man. Keep God first, love your family. When you see us holler, we'll catch y'all next Tuesday. Y'all be good. Good night.
Yes, sir.